If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Albert Einstein said that, and he was nobody's fool. And when I read it the other day, it absolutely set me on fire, because I was thinking of all of you guys who send me messages saying, I'm really good with my camera, I understand shutters and apertures and ISOs and all that good stuff, but I have real trouble seeing a picture. And I just thought, this is so relevant, because if you change the way you look at something, the thing you look at changes. Now, I think we all want to grow and evolve as photographers. I mean, I've never had many people come up to me and say, you know what, my photos are just too exciting, exotic and amazing. I need to dull down a bit. We all want to evolve and grow, myself included. These are some of my own favourite personal shots. Different workshops and photo shoots. I think I'm pretty good at photography, but I'm always looking for ways to learn more and grow. And right now I want to go on a photo workshop with someone who's an absolute master of a genre which I know little about. But to do that, you've got to put in a bit of effort, you've got to put in a bit of time, a bit of practice. You've got to make time for you to be able to do it. So we're going to go and look at some exercises that you can do, some things you can try to change the way you look at something so that the thing you're looking at changes. But you must do this on your own. Don't think you can do it in a hurry. Don't think I've got 10 minutes, because it will not work. Don't think you'll do it while you're walking the dog with your husband, partner, wife, whatever, because it will drive them insane. They don't understand the thinking and the work that has to go into seeing photos. And I think many of you guys don't either. You sometimes have this idea that myself and other photographers will just go around and go click, 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 amazing picture, that's it. Yeah, our keeper ratio is going to be higher simply because we've practiced what I'm going to show you in a moment many, many times over many, many years. Cameras don't take pictures, you take pictures using a camera. You've got to understand how your camera works. So, you know, first off is learn what those controls are. My Ultimate Beginners course is the place to go for that, because it will get you understanding the controls you need. Most of them you don't, most of it's guff. There's only a few. Go and do it if you are confused by that. And then go and practice changing the way we look at things, because when we do that, the things we look at change. Let's go and give this a lash. A no parking sign on a white gate on a kind of dull day. Doesn't get much more boring than that, really, does it? But I promise you, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, okay? This is going to help you see pictures. You've got to move, you've got to think. Now look, how do we look at a no parking sign? Even if we bother to look at a no parking sign, which we probably don't. But this is a good exercise for you. Right, let's roll a bit of video on that. I'm just going to brighten it up a little bit if I can. I think that's about right. So it looks hideous, doesn't it? It's just boring, it's just dull, there's nothing going on. If we come closer, it's just kind of really dull, isn't it? But what if we change the way we're looking at it? What if we started to come around here a bit? What if we kind of look, you see, it's immediately getting just that little bit more interesting. If we bend the knees, look, we're getting some of those chimneys going on up there. The thing you have to remember is don't just look at the sign, look at the whole picture, all the way around. If we kind of cut off the chimneys a bit, it doesn't look as good, does it? If we were to have the lens zoomed like that, it still doesn't look as good. You've got to look at the whole picture, change the way you're looking at things. So that is somewhere there. You've got to do the crazy crouch in public, but you know, who cares? Let's just stop that video and see if I can take a quick picture for you. What are we doing? Settings, they don't really matter. They're really not that important for something like this. I mean, it's only a test shot. I'm just going to use about f5.6. Focus on the no parking sign, frame up our shot. Here we go. But it's a lot more interesting than just going like that. Let's go and find another one. Here's an obvious case in point, isn't it? You've just walked along the path here and you see this lovely little house here and you just think, oh, that'll make a nice picture. So you just kind of bring up the camera and you go click like that. Now look, first thing, cut the chimney off. So what are you going to do? You've got to kind of just tilt the camera up a bit. Well, okay, that's what it looks like from there. It's not that special. And of course you then think, well, I've got a picture of that, that's all right, we've got the river and the house. I'm going to go and take a picture over here, and you go off over there. But before you do, change the way you look at the house and the house will change. So let's go and look at it from over here. Looks completely different, doesn't it? So you can always take a shot from here. You can do it like that. But what about that tree in the corner of the shot? It's not very interesting, is it? Also, we've got somebody kind of coming across the bridge. Is it better empty, or do you want people in it? These are all the things to think about. Right now we've got people, so I'm just going to wait for them to go. They've almost gone. So as they're disappearing out of shot, let's just have a little new look at it. Okay. Look, so we had that tree cut off on the edge. What about if we just do that? Isn't it a bit more interesting? We're just changing the way we look at it. Remember, you must always look all the way around these edges. Don't just look there at the subject. Change the way you look at things. So let's just take that picture quickly, and then we're going to explore another angle. Let's get that brighter. Oh! They know I'm here. Run! Sorry, I couldn't resist that. Let's go and look at it from over here. You've probably seen this shot lots of times. It's in some of my courses, it's in the 7 Steps to Perfect Pictures, it's in all sorts of things, it's in several free videos as well. But this is really how it has to work. I know the sky's boring, but look, we're changing the way we look at things. Look, so here's our place from here. I think you'll agree that looks so much more interesting. You could increase the zoom a little bit and just take it in there, but we're getting close to the tree, so let's take it back out a bit. I know there's somebody standing over there, most inconsiderately, but there we go. So look, it's a very, very different thing, isn't it? The house has changed, the whole thing's changed. It hasn't. You've changed the way you're looking at it, and you've made it more interesting. So let's just very quickly take that shot. I'm hoping the guy on the bicycle will disappear, or I can maybe just kind of lose him. There we go. We don't want a van in shot, do we? So let's just take that picture. We've got a car in shot. There we go. The decisive moment. You see what a world of difference it is when you change the way you look at things. The things you look at change. What if you like to shoot portraits? How would it work with that? This is Hannah. She is an awesome portrait photographer in her own right, and is off to go and do photojournalism and documentary, real gritty, earthy stuff. So I better make sure I get it right, hadn't I? So what's the obvious one? The obvious one is going to be to have the camera this way up, isn't it? Let's explore this. Let's change the way we look at Hannah. So let's just say standard length lens, about 50mm, and we do a full length. And we stand up here because that's the way we see the world. It's okay, but it's not that exciting, is it? What about if we got a bit lower? And then look, we've changed the background, haven't we? We've suddenly got sky in it. It's a different look. What about if we turn the camera the other way up? That's going to change the way we're looking at Hannah, isn't it? And we shoot from here. Look, we've got a kind of nice zigzaggy shape. Let me roll you a little bit of video, and I can show you how it changes. Here we go. Look, isn't that a nice shape? Look, we can change the composition and put some green in it just by bending my knees a little bit. We're changing the way we're looking at something. What if we turn Hannah up that way? You see? Look at what's happening. You're seeing this in real time. I'm not doing anything clever with the camera. What if we get in close? What if we come in much closer and do something like this? I know it's a little bit out of focus. I'm still learning how to control the focus and video on the X-T2. Let's shoot that. Focus on Hannah. Here we go. Now let's try focusing on Hannah and losing the sky. Let's get closer. Let's make it a little more like intimate. It's like we're really close into Hannah. What about if we go camera up that way at the very bottom of the frame like that? How about if we look at Hannah in a completely mad and crazy way? What about if we climb on the bench up here and look straight down? These are all things you've got to think about. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. Let's just move my focus point. Let's get the focal length right. Let's get the exposure right. That's looking good to me. Nice one, Hannah. You see, that took what, 2 or 3 minutes? Whoop, nearly landed on you. That took 2 or 3 minutes. We've changed the way we looked at Hannah, and the pictures of Hannah changed. Photos begin in your head. They don't begin in the camera, and it begins with being able to see them in the first place. So always remember this forever, please, that if you change the way you look at something, the thing you're looking at changes. Sure, you've got to know your camera settings, you've got to know what they do, the way they affect the image, because you're the one who's in charge of that image. And I don't just mean the exposure, that's a given. You've got to be able to do that because your camera will get things wrong. It doesn't know that you're photographing a white cat in a snowy scene, and it'll make the whole thing go grey. I'm sure you've experienced that. This is why you need to understand your camera control so you can make what you see into a reality. Do you want a soft foreground or a soft background? Do you want it sharp all the way through? Do you want to stack the background up behind it, or do you want to expand it and open it out? These are all things you can do when you understand how your camera works. Which is why I said right at the beginning, the Ultimate Beginner's Course is the place to go if you don't, because I can fast track you through to that knowledge. Then you can start to interpret the things that you're seeing into an image file, into a reality, because that's really all the camera does. It turns what's in there into an image file for you. So from now into the future and forever, please, 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 just keep looking at things. And remember, when you change the way you look at them, the thing you look at changes. I know I've said it a lot, but just remember that, memorize it as a little thing. Now, I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts on this, so please post them below the video. It's always interesting to know what you think of things. If you care to like, share and subscribe to any of my videos and subscribe to the channel, it helps me make more free videos. It just keeps that ball rolling. And if you sign up to my newsletter, I will drop you a line whenever there's a new video, and also send you some free tips. Guys, I hope that's been of some value to you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.